week. But for now, this is your last story time of this year. Crazy how fast time has gone, right? Well, to make sure that we are all very well prepared to count down to the year 2021, today's story time we are going to be doing all things counting and numbers. It'll be lots of fun, okay? But first, let's go ahead and do our hello song. So go ahead, stand up and dance and sing with me, okay?
Hello, hello, can you clap your hands? Hello, hello, can you clap your hands? Can you stretch up high? Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you say hello? Hello, hello, can you stamp your feet? Hello, hello, can you stamp your feet? Can you stretch up high? Can you touch your toes? Can you turn around? Can you say hello? Hello, hello, can you clap your hands? Hello, hello, can you stamp your feet?
Good job. All right, so like we always do, we always learn our word of the day in both American Sign Language and Spanish. Today, because we're talking about numbers, we're going to learn how to count up to the number 5 in both American Sign Language and Spanish. Ready for this? It'll be fun, I promise. In American Sign Language, when you count, you're only going to use one hand. But wait, how do you count to 10 with just 5 fingers? Actually, it's pretty easy. For numbers 1 through 5, you're going to have your hand turned this way, so the back of your hand is facing whoever you're counting with. When you count numbers 6 through 10, your hand is facing this way. Does this make sense? So to count to number 5 in American Sign Language, you're going to have our hand turned this way, and we're going to go 1 with your thumb, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. You want to try it again? Make sure the back of your hand is facing whoever you're counting with. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. In Spanish, we don't have to worry about the direction of our hands. But this is how you count to number 5 in Spanish. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. All right, let's get on to our first story. Okay, for our first story, we're going to read Swallow the Leader by Dana Smith and illustrated by Kevin Sherry. This is a story about a very mischievous and hungry fish who happens to come along 10 other fish. Let's see what happens. One fish. And what's that in the grass? Uh-oh. 2 fish. 1, 2. Follow the leader. Do as I do. Splash when I'm splashing, then I'll follow you. 3 fish. 1, 2, 3. Follow the leader to coral cave. Snap like a crab and ride on the waves. How fun. Oops. 4 fish. Follow the leader, waggle your tail, swim to the surface and blow like a whale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Follow the leader. Play like I play, pretend you are me, and flap like a ray. 6 fish. Follow the leader to the lagoon, puffing like a blowfish, round as the moon. Let's count the fish together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 fish. Follow the leader into the dark. Hush when I'm quiet. Hide from a shark. Shh. Let's count the fish quietly to hide from the shark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shh. 8 fish. Follow the leader, go where I go, trot like a seahorse, stop when I whoa. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 fish. Follow the leader, leap when I leap, hurdle a turtle and down into the deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 fish. Follow the leader, float on your back, open your mouth, and eat a sea snack. Gulp. Uh-oh, swallow the leader. He's coming for them. Now there's 9 fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh. Now there's 8 fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The hungry shark, I think, is getting a little too hungry with the fish. 7 fish. 6 fish. Oh no. 5 fish, then 4 fish. The shark just has an unending stomach, doesn't he? 3 fish, 2 fish. Uh-oh. 1 fish, delish. Oh no. The shark had 10 fish for a yummy snack. Oh no. Burp! And all the fish come out. Excuse me. So now we have 10 fish again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Follow the leader, do as I do. You follow me, now I'll follow you. The end. Okay, now that you've proven to me that you can count all the way to 10, we're gonna do a fun rhyme together about 10 little teddy bears sleeping in a bed, okay? So, can you count how many teddy bears you see in this bed? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 little teddy bears sleeping in a bed, 5 at the foot and 5 at the head. And so one little teddy bear says, this bed is too full. So he grabbed a blanket and he started to pull, and he pulled and he pulled and he pulled some more until, boom, 2 teddies fell to the floor. Now we have 8 little teddies sleeping in a bed, 5 at the foot and 3 at the head. And so one little teddy says, this bed is too full. So he grabbed a blanket and he started to pull, and he pulled and he pulled and he pulled some more until 2 teddies go boom, and they fell to the floor. Oh, now let's count how many teddies we have left, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 little teddies sleeping in the bed, 5 at the foot and 1 at the head. Until one little teddy says, this bed is too full. So he grabbed a blanket and he started to pull, and he pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled some more until two teddies go boom, and they fell to the floor. Wow, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 little teddies sleeping in a bed, 4 at the foot and none at the head, until one little teddy says, "This bed is too full." So he grabbed a blanket and he started to pull, and he pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled some more until 2 teddies go boom, and they fell to the floor. Now we just have 2 more, 1, 2 teddy bears sleeping in a bed. So we have 2 little teddies sleeping in a bed, 2 at the foot and none at the head, until one little teddy says, "This bed is too full." So he grabbed a blanket and he started to pull, and he pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled some more until one teddy goes boom and fell to the floor. Man. So now we have just 1 little teddy sleeping in a bed, 1 at the foot and none at the head, until this little teddy says, "This bed is not full." So he held out his paw and he started to pull, and he pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled some more until 4 teddies came up from the floor. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, so now how many teddies do we have sleeping in the bed? Let's count. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 little teddies sleeping in a bed, 5 at the foot and none at the head, until one little teddy says, "This bed is not full." So he held out his paw and he started to pull, and he pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled some more until 4 little teddies came up from the floor. Let's see, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many teddies does that make us sleeping in a bed? Let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow! Now we have 9 little teddies sleeping in a bed, 5 at the foot and 4 at the head, until one little teddy says, "This bed is not full." So he held out his paw and he started to pull, and he pulled, and he pulled, and he pulled some more until finally the last little teddy came up from the floor. So now how many teddies do we have lying in the bed? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At last we have 10 little teddies sleeping in a bed, 5 at the foot and 5 at the head. And so one little teddy says, "This is just right." So all 10 little teddies say good night. Wow, so far you've shown me how you can count all the way up to 10. Such a huge number to count up to. But can you count back down all the way to 0? I don't know. Let's see if we can do this rhyme and help each other out, okay? So we have zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying past the moon. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're riding on our broom. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my broomstick. Get on your broomstick, everyone. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're flying past the moon. All right, here we go. We go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Good job. Now let's go on to our second story. second story, we're going to read Zenzen, a violin by Lloyd Moss and illustrated by Marjorie Priceman. It is about an orchestra, and here is a girl on the front who is playing the violin. So let's see what the story is about. With mournful moan and silken tone, itself alone comes one trombone. Gliding, sliding, high notes go low. One trombone is playing a solo. It's a trombone. Next, a trumpet comes along and sings and stings its swinging song. It joins trombone no more alone, and 1 and 2, oh, they're a duo. Fine French horn, its valves are all oiled, bright and brassy loops all coiled. Golden yellow joins its fellows, 2, now 3, oh, what a trio. So we got a French horn and a trumpet and a trombone. Now a mellow friend, the cello, neck extended, bows a hello. End pin set upon the floor, it makes up a quartet. That's 4. 4 musicians is a quartet. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a cello and a French horn and a trumpet and a trombone. And soaring high and moving in with Zen, a violin. Stroking strings that come alive, now quintet. Let's count them, there's 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you remember the names of these instruments? You have a violin, a cello, a trombone, a trumpet, and a French horn. Flute that sends our soul a shiver, flute that slender silver sliver. A place among the set it picks to make a young sextet, that's 6. Wow, we have 6 musicians. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once again, this is a flute, a trombone, a French horn, a cello, a violin, and a trumpet. With steely keys that softly click, its breezy notes so darkly slick. A sleek black woody clarinet. It is number 7, now a septet. Clarinet. You want to count the musicians again? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have a clarinet, a violin, a flute, a French horn, a trumpet, a trombone, and a cello. Gleeful, bleeding, sobbing and pleading, through its throbbing double reading, oboe, please don't hesitate, come, make it an octet. That's 8. 8 musicians, and that is an oboe. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 musicians. We have a violin, a flute, a French horn, a trumpet, a clarinet, an oboe, a trombone, and a cello. That lazy clown, the big bassoon, he plays low down, we're laughing soon. Here, Grumpy, get your place in line and give us a nonette. That's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a bassoon. So you have a bassoon, a trombone, a cello, a French horn, a flute, a violin, an oboe, a clarinet, and a trumpet. That harp descends with angels' wings, the heavens blend through magic strings. And when it joins the others then, behold a chamber group of 10. Here's the harp. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 musicians playing. A chamber group of 10. Let's see if we remember what instruments they're playing again, okay? We have a harp, a trumpet, a French horn, a flute, a bassoon, a violin, a cello, a clarinet, an oboe, and a trombone. The orchestra comes in the hall, they're on the stage, we see them all. The cello, harp, and clarinet, the trombone, whom we've also met, the oboe, flute, and big bassoon, all eager to get started soon. Trombone, French horn, and violin, all poised and ready. Now begin. And this guy up here is the conductor. He is telling the musicians how to play. The strings all soar, the reeds implore, the brasses roar with notes galore. It's music that we'll all adore, it's what we go to concerts for. The minutes fly, the music ends, and so goodbye to our new friends. But when they've bowed and left the floor, if we clap loud and shout, encore, they may come out and play once more. Encore, encore. And that would give us great delight before we say a late good night. The end. Okay, you've proven to me that you can count all the way up to 10, which is a crazy high number. So once again, we're gonna keep counting, but this time we're gonna count dirty, stinky socks. I have 10 socks on this board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I only have 5 pairs because you can see I have 1 blue pair, 1 green pair, 1 red pair, 1 orange pair, and then 1 yellow pair. So I have 5 pairs of dirty socks, okay? Are you ready to join me in this rhyme? Let's do it. 5 pairs of dirty socks sitting on my bedroom floor. Mom washes the blue pair, and that leaves 4. Which pair is blue? Which of these socks are blue? Is it this one? No, that's orange. Is it this one? No, that's red. Is it this one? You're right, that's blue. So Mom washes the blue pair, and that leaves 4. So now we have 4 pairs of dirty socks. 1, 2, 3, 4. They belong to me. Dad washes the yellow pair. Which socks are yellow? Is it these? No, those are green. Is it these? No, remember, those are red. Is it these? You're right. Dad washes the yellow pair, and that leaves 4. So now that leaves 3. So we have 3 pairs of dirty socks. 1, 2, 3. What's a kid to do? Brother washes the red socks. Which of these are red? You're right, it's these. Brother washes the red socks, and that leaves 2 final pairs. So we have 1 pair and 2 pairs. 2 pairs of dirty socks. I wear them when I run. Sister washes the green pair. Which of these socks are green? Is it these? No, remember they're orange, so it must be these are green ones, right? Sister washes the green pair, and that leaves one. We have one pair of dirty socks, one and only one. I guess I'll wash the orange pair, and that leaves none. Good job. Okay, for our last story today, we are going to once again be visited by, I think, everyone's favorite cat. His name is Pete. Pete the Cat, by James Dean and illustrated by James Dean and written by Eric Lipman. Today we're going to read Pete the Cat and his 4 groovy buttons. So let's see what Pete does to his buttons this time. Pete the Cat put on his favorite shirt with 4 big, colorful, round, groovy buttons. He loved his buttons so much he sang this song. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 4 groovy buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop! Oh no! One of the buttons popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Well, we have 4, and 1 flew away, and that leaves us with 1, 2, 3. So now we have 3 buttons left. 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. Did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. And he kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 3 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Well, we had 3 and 1 went away, so that leaves us with 1, 2. 2 buttons left because 3 minus 1 is 2. But did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. My buttons, my 2 groovy buttons. Pop! Oh no! Another button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Well, we had 2 and 1 rolled away, so that means we just have 1. 1 because 2 minus 1 is 1. But did Pete cry? Goodness no, because buttons come and buttons go. He kept on singing his song. My button, my 1 groovy button. My button, my 1 groovy button. Pop! Oh no! The last button popped off and rolled away. How many buttons are left? Well, we only had 1 button, and that one rolled away, so that means we have 0, because 1 minus 1 is 0. But did Pete cry? Goodness no. Buttons come and buttons go. Pete looked down at his buttonless shirt, and what do you think he saw? What do you think Pete saw? His belly button! And he kept on singing his song. My button, still have my belly button. My button, still have my belly button. I guess it simply goes to show that stuff will come and stuff will go. But do we cry? Goodness no. We keep on singing. Buttons come and buttons go. The end. Wow, you did it. You counted all the way to 10. Such a high number to count to. Let's see, we count all the way up to 10. We count all the way down from 10. We counted Pete the Cat's 4 buttons. We counted 10 teddy bears sleeping in a bed. We counted 5 pairs of dirty, stinky socks. We even got to help count an orchestra. So much counting today. And this means that I think you are officially ready to count down to the year 2021. Wow, can you believe that a new year is so close? But before we get to the year 2021, I think it's time for us to do one last rhyme of the year. So go ahead and stand on up and do our goodbye song with me, okay? All right, I think it's time. You've got to go. So wave your elbows and wave your toes. Wave your knees and wave your lips. Blow me a kiss from your fingertips. Wave your ears and wave your hair. Wave your hips and wave your derriere. Wave your fingers way up high. Wave a hand to say goodbye. Bye guys. I will see everyone next year.